Too cool.
Now we're here.
Now we're here. Oh.
Almost. Quick, simple, easy.
Yeah.
We're learning. Welcome back, my friend.
Yeah, thanks. It's cool to be back.
You've been gone a minute.
Yeah, more than a minute, dude. It's a couple weeks now.
Good day, Pearl. We're here. We're doing a little chit-chat opening. Maybe some more people will filter in. But yes, Jimmy's back.
Aha.
We should have just did like return to the Jimmy or something.
Yeah, I know. I should have
we missed a Star Wars themed episode.
I could have came in like a cloak, Jedi cloak, and like all dark, and then like, who's the mystery guest kind of thing, you know? And then they'd have heard me and been like, ain't no fucking mystery no more.
We'll do it next time, man.
Yeah.
Next time. There's always
Next time, Gadget. Next time.
Noteworthy or nothing. Antisocial experience number 188. Dude, that's
a lot of.
It's stupid when you think about it.
It's not stupid. It's
not
dedication.
stupid, but just like 100 and like to sit and do something 180 sometimes. People missed you, Jimmy.
I'm glad so. Yeah. It's good. It's good.
Anyhow,
I miss the people.
Going with the title, Noteworthy or Nothing. So I brought this up to Jimmy. We talked about it a few minutes before the show. Like, can we talk about this with any type of intelligence? Because we actually fall into this category. Not really, but in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime there's a big case, and I would say more nowadays than like when like the OJ case happened.
Yeah.
You know, more nowadays with the rise of social media and people making names for themselves on whatever platform, whether it be TikTok or what is it?
Yeah,
TikTok?
whatever. Sure, what you call it whatever you want, dude. I don't care. I don't use it. Call it whatever you want.
Facebook, YouTube, and the like. There's so many, so many. Hey, Phil, so many people that I've seen do it, and it's not like by the hundreds, thousands. But when a big case happens, like a YouTuber that was missing and then found, and it turned into homicide, and they're looking for a boyfriend.
So they found her body, though.
They did.
They did. Okay.
But they're still seeking the boyfriend.
Okay.
And that's, not trying to make this show about that, but that's just the most recent circumstance that I can think of where I'd seen it. A big news story that's everywhere. There's multiple news stations reporting on it, especially in Florida.
Right. Where the
family's from.
Right.
Or the one where the boyfriend's family is from. When normal people like you or me take and create a channel based on like reiterating that same news and giving and obviously they're going to give their own opinions, their thoughts, and I even saw the one channel had a friend or two on, and they'll ask them questions and just back and forth. But it's like, is there a need for a line there? Or where do you draw a line? If you think there's a need for a line, where do you draw that line on taking advantage of somebody else's tragedy, shit situation to get subscribers and viewers for a channel that you literally just started?
I mean, it's hard to say like that you don't do that, but you don't do that. But I mean, there's definitely, I can use this as an example. Did you remember, it was back in early 2000s, Steve Bartman, he was at the Chicago Cubs game. He was the fan interference or whatever that like cost the Cubs the game or whatever because he reached out to grab the ball, and then they like headhunted him and like staked out his house and dude, it was madness. But like for weeks upon weeks, and like this guy just reached over and tried to catch a foul ball, and like the player could have got it, and like his hand knocked it over, whatever. And it like, dude, these Cubs fans were like ready to kill this guy. They had to escort him out. They had to hide him. But then all these people like surrounded his house because one of the papers gave out his information, where he worked. Yeah, and like that's crossing the line. Number one, like why would you do that? Like other than to go headhunt him, you know what I mean? Like,
or to get mob justice,
right?
Yeah, and little. I don't think mob justice is the answer.
No.
Even if somebody uses that or somebody, say a bigger channel, say we brought them up or whatever, or we had a guest on and they didn't agree with how something later on. And they're like, oh, I don't like the way that sounded in hindsight, looking back at it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, send the trolls out, send their army of subscribers out, flag this video, get it down. I don't think that's the answer, unfortunately. In the landscape of social media, YouTube, online platforms, that's the way some people choose to take it. Like try and silence smaller channels or even silence bigger channels,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, mob justice, I don't think is an answer for 2021 in any sort, online, in real life.
No, that died a long time ago, or it should have.
I wish it had.
Yeah. It should have.
It kind of falls in with history repeats itself.
Yeah.
Or people.
Yeah.
But no, I want to say, there's a couple ways you can go with the making a channel based on a tragedy. And I'm talking, they got a decent amount of subscribers.
Right, but what do they do after this? Can I ask that? I don't mean to interrupt you, but what do they do after this?
Where do you go?
Yeah. Do you just jump to the next big story?
Case, maybe.
Okay.
Because in the channels I had seen were just people literally parroting back what happened on the news lately.
Yeah.
And they'll come live and do it every time something breaks in the news or a new tidbit of information's gained, any updates, they'll update it too. And sometimes talk about it, sometimes not. And it's just, it's like...
Well, it's basically cloning like a news station in a sense, you know what I mean? And just you're not even really putting a lot of work into it. You know what I'm saying? Like the story's there for you, the report's there for you. You just got to it's basically like somebody giving you their homework and you putting your own spin on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Writing your name on it.
That's what I mean. There's no originality to it whatsoever.
I do think, congrats to the people, if that's what you want to do, for finding a situation to take advantage of. But it personally, it's not a line I'd be willing to step over or cross myself.
Dude, subscribers and followers don't mean that much to me where I'm jumping into somebody's murder case over it. I'm sorry.
Right.
There would be a line drawn way before that.
Not only that, I might be inclined to do it if I thought I had something to add that no news station out there
I can
added or had an angle on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a journalist. I don't report.
Nope. Me either.
I'm not gonna better any of those stories better than the people that get paid to do it.
Right.
Now the weatherman, I could probably do better than him.
Most people could. That guy's got the best job in the world. Best job in the world, man. He can fuck up more than I can and fucking still have a job. I can fire myself before he loses his job.
I'm getting some comments coming in there.
I can't see anything.
Oh, sorry. Let me flip it over so you can see.
There it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
Big screen for Jimmy.
Big screen, little screen.
Let me move my mouse so you can actually read it. Yeah, it's if that's the you want to step across that line to gain internet fame or get a channel built, but it personally, like I said, not something I could do, not something I want to.
No, I'm a scumbag, but I'm not that type of scumbag. You know what I mean?
We're the kind that sit here and just run our mouths without facts.
Yeah, the good kind.
No ill will meant. How true emotions are fine to do it, but people who just copy others shouldn't do it.
Right, and that's going back to there's no originality if he's just reiterating. You know what I mean? Not putting their own spin or anything on. There's nothing. Like I said, it's like putting your fucking name on somebody's homework.
But and as always, as I like to do, because there's often two sides to a story.
No, there are always two sides to a story, my friend.
There's two sides to a story, two sides to a coin, whatever anecdote you want to throw in there. We kind of do the same thing, not with news stories, but no prior experience, just interested in it. At some point, let's create a show and start broadcasting, talking about stuff.
Yeah, like that time that guy drove that Jeep off the dam.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was interesting. I was totally interested in that.
But no, it's I don't know. It's tough.
It's like almost situational. You know what I mean? Like the exact situation. Like you guys, you know what I mean? Like to where you would say that line's drawn. Like I almost think you'd have to take each situation like and really analyze what's going on. I just like the whole murder. Like no, I'm not touching that, man. Like that's no.
In drilling the point home a little bit more, I think Phil in chat, the coder, has an awesome content. We're all scumbags, but we don't feed off others' bad luck and grief. Which, with the recent national, I mean, it's national news everywhere. Come on, Dog the Bounty Hunter came out on this one and stopped at the parents of the boyfriend's house, like trying to.
Oh really?
Yeah, like he's trying to hunt the guy down.
See, you can tell, like, dude, I like tune the world out like so bad. But
right.
Jared told me about this in Vegas. That's how I know about it.
Right, and I haven't been following either. But somebody's like, "Yeah, dog's closing in on him." And I'm like, "The dog?"
Like,
and they're like, "Oh yeah, the dog."
Like he's like the Highlander, dude. There can only be one, you know.
And it's like, okay. I mean, that's. And if anybody had to deal with it, is that guy? Can anybody speak in the chat, Jimmy? Leave a comment later on if you know. Is Dog like that? Being a bounty hunter in life, like. Try to be, or was that for the TV show?
I don't know. That's what he said. Honestly, I don't like Dog. He said too much acting. I think he's a douche too. That's what Phil
like
said.
Too much acting for the show.
Yeah, I think he's a douche.
So, do you think the compassion and trying to find out what was going on rather than just arrest and take him in, trying to find out the problem, and you know what I mean, like talk to the people who think it was all based on the show?
Oh, it was definitely for, you know, I mean,
for views.
Everybody has a motive, my friend. Like I've come to learn that in life. Everybody has a motive for personal gain, for the most part.
Yeah,
I'd say 95% of people.
I don't know. I've never been hunted by a bounty hunter.
Not me either. Not yet.
I mean,
Boba Fett that one time, but
police,
we're good.
Parole officer, whatever, probation, that crap. But it's just like, and I mean, I could say that for a brief moment they were concerned, like. Yeah. About my well-being. Right. Like, you're not well right now, you got to be in jail. Mm-hmm. Or whatever, you know.
Yeah, it's like when the constable took me to the nut house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the Dog levels of compassion and empathy, understanding, yeah, I think it might have been for TV.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I would want him finding the boyfriend rather than like...
Well, he definitely has resources.
He does.
You know what I mean? He probably has more connections than any other bounty hunter out there other than Boba Fett and, you know, the other guys. Like, you know...
I keep checking in on these contents. This is great, man. Is this stuff coming up behind us? I wonder. It is.
Oh, neat.
We'll throw some comments up behind us.
That's like space age shit.
Yeah. The lines, I got to find a way to make those lines disappear. It makes it look a little crazy, but we'll just leave them for now.
And yeah, Phil, I agree. Like I do the morning buzz. Like it helps, you know, I get to talk to people in music. That's cool. But like it also brings in business for my, you know, t-shirt making and stuff like that. Like I get it. Yeah. But no, and it is all you, and it should be all you because you're putting the work in. Like,
yeah,
you know,
putting the time in, putting the work in. Anybody that's ever created, even, I mean, do this challenge. If you hear this, if you're one of the audio listeners, or you view the show live, more than likely you're on a computer, a tablet, smartphone, something. You know, so maybe not so much a laptop or desktop, but if you have a tablet or a phone, record a quick 5-minute video and then find a way to edit that and get good sound, get the best sound quality you can, and try and turn that 5 minutes into a video.
Luck.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do, because good luck.
Even that 5-minute video, you're probably going to have 10, 15, 20 minutes, half hour more working on
2.5, 3 hours for me, dude, easily.
Yeah, so even a little bit of content turns out to be a lot of work, you know?
Color for you Yanks. I like that he calls us Yanks.
he had the U in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good spelling, man.
I know.
It's a good spelling.
I just like that he calls us Yanks. That's funny.
It's like the particular color. Sorry, color. We got some filters on. Do we? We might.
Yeah, I don't know anything about editing either. Actually, I wouldn't even have a show if it wasn't for Nick, because like if something went wrong with mine, like I couldn't fix any of it. For every footage, minute of footage, you got 5 minutes of editing.
Yeah. If not, if that's the general, I'm more like 10 to 15 for every. Yeah. For every minute, it's about 10 to 15. I'm playing around.
You're
with
pretty thorough.
Too thorough sometimes.
You try to be. I mean, that's a good thing.
I don't know. It's just what do you want to put out there? Subpar content. I mean, I try. Here's a lesson looking back. Just going with the whole. And I'm pretty sure it will fit in with the not really taking advantage of the situation. But if you are going to do that, at what level are you doing it? Because looking back, before this show existed in the format it does, tried for years to do a show. Okay, we used a single laptop, and it had a headphone port and a microphone port, like mic in, headphones out, and then we basically used gaming headsets that had a headphone wire and a mic wire, and then we used splitters so we could get 2, 3, even 4 headsets into the same computer. Recorded it. The episodes were cool. People talking about stuff at the time, but it just the quality. And I even tried with knowledge of like what I've learned so far along, improving the quality of that stuff, and it just
you can't. That's it.
I mean, I can get some of the noise out, but and it's like, just imagine taking a stab at it like that with no knowledge, no nothing, and you're trying to cover a national news story on your own.
Yeah.
And it sounds shit, looks shit.
Well, like if you know, like, dude, you know how it is. Like, even me, like, go back and like look at the early episodes of Buzz compared to like, you come into your own when you're talking to people too. Like even you, when you know what I mean? Like you started interviewing these people, like when I'm not here and stuff like that. Like you start coming into your own, but it's something like you can't just jump into and be good at. Like,
no.
Especially when you're by yourself. Like it's hard.
It is.
Yeah.
Just to even talk to people.
Because it's people you don't know. Like,
well, one is people you don't know, but it's going back to an older way of communicating. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Versus on a phone.
Yeah.
Online, through an email, text message.
Like you're pretty much talking face to face almost.
Yeah, I mean, true, you are still behind a screen, but if you have cameras on, you're looking at each other, or in person, like I said, I think conversation is quickly becoming a lost art for some people.
Well, dude, like you can just tell with the younger generations, they have no communication skills whatsoever. Like it's bad. And yeah, Phil, we've done like what, 3 or 4 that we've had guests. No, you've done a couple here when we used to have Todd and whatnot. So you've done a couple in studio. Yeah,
filming with people in the same room. Yeah, or recording separate microphones all in the same room.
But it turns out so nice. For the most part, the ones that these ones have turned out nice, I guess.
Yeah, we're in the same room physically now.
Yeah.
I mean, can we show that on camera so people know?
I mean,
what can I throw that ain't gonna hurt you? I'll just toss the computer, catch.
You're like, here, this toilet paper roll, light it on fire. It won't hurt at all.
But yeah, no, any of it. If you're gonna do it, and that's the way you want to jump in. I wouldn't personally, on somebody's grief, tragedy, especially a murder case,
and especially a national one like that. Just like there's already so many people chirping about it, man. Let it be, Like I don't want to just add to it. Like that's negativity that I don't want to add to. I
mean, then again, and it's not. Hey, I ain't gonna say that. I had a good one. I had a good one backed up behind that. We'll put a filter on that. Too many people chirping about it. I mean, yeah. I guess that would be the advice, But if you are going to, at least try to make it quality. Try to do something different, not just.
Yeah, Phil, I have ADHD, dude, so I never could concentrate my entire life. So like, that's not even a hope anyway. So I'm 14 things at once, no matter what. So.
Yeah.
He was saying about concentrating. I'm like, yeah, that's whether somebody's sitting here or, 10 miles down the road, I'm not, I lose it. I can be talking about something and forget halfway through.
Perfect example last week. I should have did both mics, but whatever. You got a silence cough. I was right mid last week interviewing Jay from YouTube channel Jay's Tech Vault. And I said something, he replied, and I'm looking at, I was looking at the paper that I had stuff written on, and my mind just went blank, and I'm like, my mind, I don't even remember what I wanted to say, and I'm like legit reading it.
Dude, I just say lost it anymore, because I'm like, yeah, I lost it. I don't know. It might come back, it might not.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. Anybody that hasn't done it, I encourage you to go out and try it. Try to produce whatever.
Anything.
Find a friend, okay it to record them, whether it's audio or video, and see what you can do with it, just to see what's involved in it.
I've been helping like a couple kids, like just I send them me playing bass, like even video clips, just easy stuff like here, try this, you know what I mean? And I'll just like, but like even just that in itself and getting those right and like timed right and set, like it's not easy. Like, you know what I mean? It's not just like, I don't know. Cause I'm always, you know what I mean? It's got to make sure like you can see where your hands are and blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, you're basically setting the phone down and like hitting play and standing back and being like real fast. Like it's a bitch.
Yeah. And it's, oh, thank you. I said about getting Jay on.
Yeah, you did good, man. You flew the ship high while I was in the West.
It's the same thing. Like, I mean, not to the same level, I don't think, but before you hit go live, record, whatever, it's just all, it comes down to like a little bit of panic nerves,
Mm-hmm.
and whether it's somebody with no subscribers, 100, 20,000, 100,000, whatever, I imagine maybe I do it long enough, it may get easier.
I think it will, dude, because like I just take Scooter as an example for everything, because I was like, oh my God, like this guy's just gonna probably chew me apart, you know what I mean? Like I don't know what I'm getting into. Like he was a wild man, he was cool, but like we're friends now, you know what I mean? Like, and like it works out. Like I really haven't even gotten a dick on the show yet, really. I don't think I've got anybody like no.
That is quite an achievement, man. I'm anxious.
I don't know who that is.
Lewis Rossman.
Yeah, I've heard the name, but I don't know who it is. I'm sorry.
Massive in the right to repair movement.
Okay.
Like people being able to repair their own stuff.
Oh, cool.
Probably has one of the most well-renowned repair shops. He says in the country, I'm going to say probably in the world,
no shit,
for repairing Apple products, specifically the computers. Super huge content creator.
Oh, that's cool.
If you're talking to him, that's going to be something that's, yeah. What do you say about subs here? Subs don't really matter. It all boils down to your experience and competence. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Experience and competence.
Confidence first, because you got to get experience at some point, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like
oh, yeah, no.
Me and you both went into something blindsided, like by ourselves at one point or another.
Yeah, and I started the show out interviewing people, and I forget how many, the first however many episodes were different,
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time it was people I kind of knew or known a little bit, but not to any great extent. And I'm going to say those shows were probably just about as hard as these ones today. And that's 3.5 years on, so take that for what it's worth. Maybe it does get easier for some people. It's not something I try to analyze other than when I'm in the moment.
Yeah.
But it just, yeah.
Well, I know. I talked to John from Coffee with Lions, and he was like, they had just went on a radio show, and he's like, dude, he's like, I would take being on your show any fucking day of the week over like doing that. He's like, this guy was like, okay, blah, 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 blah. With
DJ voice?
Yeah, I went with the list of questions, you know what I mean? And he was just like, he's like, with you, it was just like, you were sitting in a room bullshitting with us. And I'm like, that's all I know. You know what I mean? Like,
no matter how big or small, I think that's also important. Exactly what you said there. Because even though I had questions for last week, I didn't stick specifically to those. I mean, I did get to some of them eventually,
right.
But wherever the conversation went, I tried to keep it.
Just let it go.
Yeah, let it go that way rather than, like you said, controlling it with questions. And I couldn't imagine. Could you imagine coming on with the DJ radio voice this week and that much energy?
No, I don't. I never had that much energy. Like you've seen me, right?
Like you double fist in Red Bull with a coffee backpack on.
Right, doing a line of cocoa beans. Just like good Lord, man.
That's Phil. That's amazing. I mean, I didn't know about the Rossman thing. Like I said, that's awesome. Dude, his channel, Phil is streaming on Twitch now. For anybody that don't know, if you heard or saw the episode, what was the name of it? Decoded?
Yes.
Where we had Phil on, go check out his channel on YouTube. He's now streaming on Twitch because YouTube doesn't care much about live. I don't know. But, dude, it's just some of your accomplishments, amazing. And then talking to some of these people, I want to see it. That's what we're there for. I know a lot of us will be interested in seeing that content.
Phil, I just ran into the same thing out in Vegas, dude. I met so many people, but there was one guy that like was in RKL that I'm a huge fan of, and like I just was like a ball of nerves when I met him. And yeah, like when you look up to him and respect him, like it's a whole different.
Yeah.
You get starstruck a little bit. I did anyway, but then he ended up coming and partying with me, so it was like, okay, it was weird, but it was cool.
To each their own, man.
Yeah.
To each their own. Yeah. I don't know. Definitely can say that we're not going to be the late breaking news channel.
No, late we will definitely be. I can promise you we will be late.
Always late,
Yeah.
but never covering important news.
And the only thing we're breaking is shit. You know what I mean? Just stuff that we need.
Right.
Yeah.
The stuff we need to do the show is probably what will break.
Yeah. Anything that's broken is something that shouldn't be.
So, late, eventually live, and maybe broken.
And probably broken, yeah. We should roll with that.
Wow. I was going to look up some other stuff to talk about, but this is really what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
And it's not the only circumstance that I've seen it somebody covering a pretty big story to get.
No, but that was a good like example, man, because like it's what's going on now. Because if I heard about it, everybody's heard about it.
There's another example I want to cover, but that's actually, I don't want to bring it up because that's going to be for a later show.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Like a later episode. We'd actually talked about it earlier today. I told you about the idea for the episode, and I've seen other channels, and it just depends. People do similar content, especially in the YouTube landscape, for different reasons. And if you watch, sometimes it only takes a video or two, and you can tell what they're about. Like, this isn't, yes, they may be trying to do this, but it's not so much a passion project that they really care about. They're just doing it for views, for likes.
Yeah.
That's the main purpose. And then there's other people that like, that guy, that girl's on a mission, who, that's like, views, likes, everybody could dislike it, and they're still going to be doing it in a year, 2 years,
No, it's dude, like I genuinely like you know me, like I hate doing it up until I'm talking to these people, and then I just go into a zone, and I love it. I like the stories.
Bag of nerves, I speak.
The same way, man.
Video effect, yeah. When it becomes that live communication, whether same room or a video chatting client or whatever, yeah, it does. I can say
it's always nerve-wracking to me when they first pop up too, because like you don't really know what they look like or anything, and you're like, oh, okay, this is you. Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you make contact through email or whatever.
It's hard to get the same effects. And what, like, if you have somebody that's doing color correction, color grading, whatever on their videos, and then you see them just on a basic camera through a chat client or however they connect to the, however we talk. Yeah, it's two different looks. It can be. So, yeah, every time. Nervous before we hit go live, every single time.
Of course. We're just waiting for something to blow up every time.
And often it does.
Yeah, more often than not. Something fucks up.
Like, just a perfect example. What is that? Murphy's Law?
Yeah.
If anything can go wrong, it will.
Mm-hmm.
I set the show up. The show was scheduled for Sunday, 3 p.m. last week on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And I set the show up the day before.
Mm-hmm.
Had everything turned on. None of the computers to go to sleep. No updates to come in. Came in. No mics. I must have restarted the computer 10 times before the mics came back on and were working. And I'm just like, unreal.
Dude, it's windstorms, it's windstorms knocking trees down.
Yeah, internet didn't go out, and it's just like, how, why? And it's like Murphy's Law, I guess.
Or monarchics, whatever you want to call it.
But yeah, I don't know, leave some comments.
Yeah.
In the After Effect, people listening to the show, you got to come over to the YouTube channel. I don't think you can leave comments on the actual audio episodes.
Maybe, I don't know. I only watch.
Maybe if you hear them online.
Yeah, I always watch them on TV just because like I can.
Oh yeah. That's the other thing too. And Phil said it best. How many times you do a test right before you go live, the shit works. You hit go live, camera's not working, mic's not working.
You're blue.
Yeah, or for whatever reason, the microphone on the webcam that you have plugged in, you're not even using, that you have disabled for some reason, it becomes enabled, and you have an echo.
Or you're the size of the Incredible Hulk, and I'm the size of Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Oh yeah, that's I like to attribute all that to the Ghost in the Machine. But
yeah, or Vince McMahon.
Dude, I saw a thing with him, and I want to get it. Like, I don't know how to incorporate it into the show. Maybe if we were Twitch streamers or whatever. But it's a thing of him. He's like picking up money, and he's like smelling it and flipping through it. It's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's him as he's older, not as young Vince, but as he's older.
So he's all beefed up on roids.
Yeah, and like he picks up like a handful of money, he's like flipping through it, smelling. He's like, yeah, showing it to somebody. It's just the greatest. It's like, how do we incorporate that in the show?
We need JR in the background going, "Oh my God, no, he didn't."
Oh, if only. Maybe we should do a wrestling show.
Oh my God, dude, I would be so on it. It'd have to be like early '90s wrestling, though.
All right, to be considered. We were. Oh, while you were gone.
Yeah,
we were, and I think I told you about this. There was request and want for a Star Wars. Episode.
Yeah. I'm totally down.
Yeah, Wayne was part of that show, and we had some people in the chat that I think agreed to it. So we gotta work together with Wayne once he becomes so unbusy. He's got quite a project going on.
That's cool.
He's like legit went from in-house studio to basically building a live streaming workstation studio for repairing stuff. Yeah.
Well, that escalated quickly, didn't it?
Yeah, to say it simply, it's a shed, but it's one hell of a shed.
Dude, I would take a shed right now more than you'd ever know.
Yep, print some shirts.
Yeah, just to get that shit out of my kitchen.
So yeah, we have a Star Wars episode coming up. Hopefully, another good YouTuber, and they've only been at it for I want to say like 8-9 months. I haven't contacted him yet. I'm going to this week at the beginning of the week. That's generally when I do contact, when I don't do both jobs in the same day. So going to reach out. Hopefully this is a go. It may not be everybody's content that they want to watch, but it is a good cause what the guy's up to, and he's doing it the right way, not the wrong way.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, but who am I? I'm nobody to judge. I could be completely wrong about right way, wrong way. Yeah, I got some pictures on my phone. He sent me pictures of the shed, and it looks amazing. I'll show you once we get off this. Dude,
I want a shed. I'm jealous. Now I'm shed. Now there's shed jealousy.
Shed envy.
Yeah, it's a ton of it too.
You gonna shed shame?
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna just go hijack one from your furniture for less. I'm gonna freaking hook up to it and just pull it out of the parking lot. The hell with it. I got a hitch on my knee or my Civic. I'll pull it right out.
We're gonna jump out of here. Thank you for jumping in and joining us today, people. As always.
Yeah, and thanks for having me back. Good to be back. Yeah, well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like, yeah, it's just good to be back.
It's everybody's show. Whoever's on here, the show wasn't made without you. When you were on for that episode, the show didn't happen unless you personally were here.
Yeah.
Whether it's some of our friends in the UK, in person, past co-host, past guest.
Freddie Mercury said it. The show must go on, man.
Wind in the sails, the slow boat will sail.
I like it.
Anyhow, new episode coming out at 5 p.m. today for the audio listeners. It's just last week's audio, but it's...
Thanks, Phil. I appreciate it.
Sounds good.
I appreciate you guys jumping in and talking too. Like, that's support.
It makes a little more ADD, but I don't want to...
I function so well with that.
Yeah, I don't want to ignore all of it till the end.
No.
I kind of want to adjust it as it comes in, and then just try and stay on topic.
I think it's kind of fun to be, you know what I mean? Just to interact too, like, because we didn't get that all the time. Like, now that we have it, like, it's cool.
There's some people that show up, so.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's supportive. I like that. Thank you.
Thank you, each and every one of you audio listeners, viewers, live viewers, future viewers. No show without you. Have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. I think that's it.
Yeah.
How do we do this?
We send it.
Yeah, I got to look for the button.
There's a button.
It's all button based.
Send it.
Adios, people. Adios.